Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is the 7th of February 2021. Uh, Today's video, I'm calling it the United Mafia. I'm calling that video this name because I received two notes worthy of talking about. The first one actually is from Linda Adam, and she asked me a very interesting question. And I think, many people can answer this question in different ways, but as a person who is coming from the Islamic region, living in the West for a long time, I probably can give an okay perspective. Anyway, let's read the. She made a comment and then she followed by a question. She says the communists and the Islamists uh, work together against their shared enemy. And the question, will they fight each other for the global control? And I believe, like, later on, in case if they gain control, will they face one another? I think that the answer is obvious, especially when I call the video the United Mafia. See, we have the United States, we have the United Nations. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm mixed up. I'm sorry. I spoke Arabic because the video I made before that was in Arabic. So, anyway, so we have many united, but to unite really, to say we are united, there has to be a common factor that more than one entity agree to that factor. So, like, even at home, centered on the parents, everybody has to unite on these two people called parents in the house. So the United States, 50 states, they are united. Why are they united? Not because they like the color of each other's eyes, but because there are common factors or gain that they gain from that unity. Believe it or not, the mafia, the mafia is like Al Capone and what was his name? The guys in New York, in Brooklyn and Queens, in New York, in America. Uh, these guys really, they are small mafia. These are like boys in comparison to the deep state. The deep state, it's the real mafia. The deep state, whether it's in the United States, in Europe, in Middle East, these are ruthless mafia. The mafia that we speak of, like Al Capone, these guys, like, they want to make a couple of bucks. So they find cocaine to sell, or hashish, or whatever illegal things. They do it to make a couple of bucks, but they really don't have any long-term vision to control the unit, to control the world. Whereas the deep state does, the jihadis do. So I think it's very obvious because both they have the same vision and they both have the same common enemy. So what they get them to unite now is that common enemy. All right. Once the I hope that it will not get to that point, but let's assume uh, it happened and they control the world. Yes, they will turn against each other. And you can see that in the old movies, or even until now in the movies. As they say, there is no honor among thieves. Okay? If you see a movie, if you watch a movie, and in this movie, a bunch of guys, they go and they rob a bank, or they rob a store or whatever, oftentimes, oftentimes, because they have no uh, honor. I mean, you are stealing, you are taking things that it's not yours. So you are a person void of honor. So, yes, you can see that these people, after they take the money, steal it from whatever place, they start actually shooting each other, killing one another, because only one wants to end up with the whole money, with the money. It's they join each other to uh, temporarily to get to destroy one another later on. I hope it doesn't come to that, because if it comes to that, it means humanity is in a state of slavery. The, I mean, it is, read the Quran. If you are not a Muslim, you are a slave. And even after you become a Muslim, you are still a slave, but under God. Okay? Under God, that means the Sultan, or the political machine coming from top is controlling you. The Sultan tells his guy, his posse, do this, and they have to make sure that the hierarchy, the word is carried down through the hierarchy. This is exactly the same in the socialist countries. Venezuela, North Korea is one man, but he has like his sister, his uncle, his, the trusted people. And if he sensed one of them started to have different idea, they will kill him. Kim Jong-un, a couple of years ago, he killed his own uncle. He killed his own brother. There is no honor among thieves. So even though they appear as the president or the sultan, or his mind, his mentality, he's a thief. Deep down, he's a thief. And because he's a thief, he is willing to kill, murder, to save himself the throne. He's sitting on the throne. He's not going to give it up to somebody else, even to his own brother. So if his brother has different ideas, or he's going to play games, he will kill him. Okay? So now, God forbid, if they take control. You see, even probably the Muslim Sunni and the Muslim Shia, they hate each other's guts. Right? But they might join the cause, and we start to deal with our problems later on. Let's first destroy the common enemy, which is the West, Judeo-Christian tradition and faith, and then we start to terrorize, in their opinion, terrorize the socialist. And in a way, they can terrorize the socialists, because the socialists mainly are intellectual. They really, they still have some respect to the law. So if somebody is doing something wrong, even though it's a kangaroo court, still they go through the court process, and they get killed. Whereas the jihadis, right on the spot, chop the head off. So for you, I have to say, I am not. That will come in the next section. I am not really. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that people will wake up before it gets to that, because if it comes to that point, it means we are really literally slaves, slaves, and the brainwashing will be collectively, and the media, that will be the job of the media. I remember in Egypt when it was socialist under President Nasser, even though I was a young boy, I don't know why I was thinking what I was thinking. Um, you listen to the radio, and it was propaganda. I mean, I was like 7, 8 years old, and I can feel that this is just propaganda. I couldn't even understand the word propaganda, but I can see it. That will be the norm in case if these people take control, the Muslim and the socialist. It will be terrible. I hope it doesn't get to that. I hope it doesn't get to that. That will be very bad. Not just for America, not just for the West, not just for the advanced nations, it will be for the whole world. Because these people have no morality, none whatsoever. And the end justifies the mean. So if they are selling body part in socialist the Chinese Communist Party, which is socialist, they sell human parts. And what I read about that, I don't know, I couldn't believe it, but they say it, the best, let's say a person is in need of a kidney, they will cut open the person without anesthesia because it damages the organ. So without, they just cut him open, take the part, take the kidney, give it to the other person, stitch him up in case somebody else needs another part, an eye or the same thing. Okay, so these people have no moral standard, no morality, none whatsoever. They can do anything. And the same thing with the Muslim. Chop the head, cut the fingers, chop the hand, chop the fingers off, cut the legs, crucify them. All that, it is part of their religion. And they do it without, because the Quran tells them, when you apply these barbaric methods, don't don't feel sympathy towards these people. Just do it. And that's why it's a type of brainwashing too. You can I never had the heart to see, but I know on YouTube, uh, ISIS and Al Qaeda, they slaughtered people on camera. Okay, that is in the Quran. So in a way, it turns these people to be worse than animals. So I hope it doesn't come to that. That was my answer to that very good question, in my opinion. And this is something I would like to also from another person. He is sending me a Bible verse. It says King James Bible. I don't know what part of the Bible. I don't know so much about the Bible, but I'm going to read what he said. It says, the things hath, I'm sorry, the thing that hath been, comma, if which shall be, comma, and that which is done, that which shall be done, and no new under the sun. practically, I get the feeling, I don't know the Bible very well. I hope I'm mistaken. But he's saying God is in control. And when I hear that, it means leave me alone. I don't want to do anything. I hope I'm mistaken. But if that was what he is implying, do you think it will hurt anybody or it will upset God to take a stand, to make a change, to stop these evil people from advancing? Would, if we do that, if we unite, I mean, these evil forces are uniting to destroy decent people. Do you think if we unite together and do something for the sake of humanity to prevent this evil from happening, uh, do you think God will come from the highest heaven and he will have a sword and chop your head off and say, how dare you stop these evil people? I mean, sometimes I'm really, I'm sorry to say it. I mean, I'm angry with the Muslim, but such attitude. If this is the case, let's leave everything in the hand of God. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, what about your responsibility? My responsibility. I mean, when you need to eat, God does not eat for you. You have to chew the food yourself. There are certain things that we have to do, and if we do more, I don't think I'm not preaching, but that's like common sense. If you do more, if you help others more, uh, if you get rid of evil, do you think this will upset God or upset Jesus or upset any of the saints came before or after? I don't think so. So please, yeah, it's time to take responsibility. I would say that. Thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you. Take care.